I'm Shafeeq, as you know. So I'm from South exactly, like from Kerala, precisely Trivandrum. So for me, I've been like I've completed bachelor's in computer science. After that, I've done post graduation in computer application. So for me, it's like around 5 years of academics. There, 5 to 6 years of academics. The point I took BSc computer science is that I don't want to invest 4 years in taking the BE or BTech. But eventually, after BSc computer science, I couldn't crack any job. I couldn't find anything. So like after my higher second, like plus one plus two, which I was a biology student by the way. But I was a very have a fantasy towards this web development part. I have an interest in that. So from that point of time, I learned like the basic stuff like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything. From that point of time, I was exploring this coding. By the way, I even tried Java, Python. I studied Django, everything by myself. But at a point, I can find that I'm not getting anywhere. Okay, I know which are the resources I'm having is not up to the mark where I can crack a job. So I need a guide, a mentor. I need a path to follow. So I was searching desperately for that, and from Quora I found Sharpener. So my
Okay.
first move was to connect with some of the previous students from LinkedIn, and they gave me like you should go with Sharpener. I talked to them personally. I called them, and all of them suggested one thing: you should join. Will always try to have a minimum of 6 hours to invest in Sharpener and work. So whether it be morning, whether it be night, most of my time will be in late nights because I can concentrate more without any disturbance and everything. So that's how I plan my day while with the sharpener. I took around 5 to 6 months, but to be honest, I would have completed it within 3 months because I have this background. Most of the concepts there I know. The interview, my first interview, I remember I was very nervous. So it was a telephonic interview at first. So I keep like the questions they shoot some many questions. I just bluffed my answers. I'm very nervous. I don't know what I am answering. The point like, oh, why am I doing this? I'm not good for anything. Even though investing this much time, I can't do anything. But but one thing I done because of because of what Yashwaya told, they have to write down the questions. I write down those questions, and I worked on that. Okay, this was the this now I've prepared more. Like after all this interview, I'm getting better and better. I can see that I'm working more in this interview phase. To be precise, I'm working even more than my learning phase because I have to practice job. But after Sharpener, I got about 5 interviews, 5 to 6 interviews, right? 3 interviews I cracked.
Okay.
And one thing I have to mention is what keeps me motivated while learning here in Sharpener is the way how the Sharpener services been made. Like after DSA, JavaScript, advanced JavaScript, Node.js, that one I like, and the gamified experience, the points, the leaderboards, that keep me motivated all the time. Uh, for the learning phase in the DSA, I keep note of the leaderboard because oh, I have to take this much points. No, I'm not going to take the hints. I have to complete it without looking the hints. Yeah, that's how I work. That's keep me motivated all the time.
Guys, today we have a very special guest. Okay. And like students like continuously ask me this question: Ki bhaiya, I have a career gap of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The commonly asked question. Okay. So today we have a live example of a Sharpenerian who had 2 years of career gap, almost 2 years of career gap, and he cracked not one, not two, but three offers, guys. Okay. So, guys, welcome to Sharpener's Hall of Fame session. Okay. Today we have a very special guest, Shafiq Ali. Okay. Who started his journey with Sharpener around 5 months back. Okay. 5 to 6 months back is when he started off his journey with Sharpener. And guys, today in this session, like we are going to discuss a lot about like what was Shafiq's journey was like with Sharpener. Okay. And like about like how did Shafiq manage his time and how did he like prepare, and what was the key ingredients which he used to prepare this well. Okay, so that he was able to crack three offers. Okay, guys. And as you guys know, like the best offer which he cracked was Freecharge, and Freecharge is a company which I think all of you know. Yeah, we've all used this discounts which Freecharge used to give, right? We've all, so if Freecharge is in debt right now, it's because of us, guys. We've all used the so many of his discounts. So yeah, guys, stay till the end, guys. We'll roughly finish the session within 30 to 35 minutes. And guys, like we'll take each everyone's of your questions after that. Yeah. So stay till the end. Like I think you'll learn a lot of new things. Okay. Okay. So guys, yeah, welcome to the show, Shafiq Ali.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hi
Shafiq
everyone.
has this very nice. This is Shafiq, guys. The bad thing about Sharpener being online is like I don't get to see my students. Okay, so today is the first time I'm seeing Shafiq, and the photo in which I had put him, he did not have this beard. Today when I'm seeing him for real, I just saw, okay, oh, what a beard. I don't get this beard. So yeah, pretty envious there. Yeah. Okay. Shafiq, welcome to the show. So Shafiq, can you give us a brief introduction to yourself, Shafiq? Like this is like something like I think a lot of people would be able to relate to you.
Yeah. Hi all. So I'm Shafeeq, as you know. So I'm from South exactly, like from Kerala, precisely Trivandrum. So for me, I've been like I've completed a bachelor's in computer science. After that, I've done post graduation in computer application. So for me, it's like around 5 years of academics there, 5 to 6 years of academics. So yeah, that's about me, uh, computer science student.
Okay.
That's the brief. Yeah.
Okay. I think you've done your BSc and MSc, right, Shafiq? That's what you've
BSc
done, right?
and MCA.
Okay, BCA, BSc and MCA. Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Understood. So, Shafiq, like I think a pretty common question which we ask all the time, like when did you start coding, Shafiq?
So like after my higher second, like +1 +2, which I was a biology student, by the way. But yeah, but I was a very like have a fantasy towards this web development part. I have an interest in that. So from that point of time, I learned like the basic stuff like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, everything. From that point of time, I was exploring this coding. Later on, I
Mhm.
started with yeah Java,
Okay.
Python, everything. Yeah, that's how eventually it turned out to be me taking the BSc Computer Science. That's how it goes.
So, Shafiq, like I think a common thing which I see, hear from a lot of BSc grads, okay,
Mhm.
uh, like does like MCA actually help us like masters? Like, does it help or like what is it like? Is it because like even after masters, like you were not able to like secure a good job? So, does it
Yeah.
actually help like MCA and all?
The point I took BSc Computer Science is that I don't want to invest 4 years in taking the BE or BTech. But eventually, after BSc Computer Science, I couldn't crack any job. I couldn't find anything. So eventually, it turned to I have to take a PG, whether it should be MSc or MCA. So I took MCA, and after MCA, MCA is the period where I learned more coding. By the way, not in BSc. My 3 years were like it's not a big thing when coming to computer science. So after MCA, I would say crack some jobs, but the thing is, uh, it was like support roles, basic stuff, not big MNCs by the way, small companies. But yeah, taking MCA didn't help me. I had some like dreams like after MCA I would crack this jobs, that jobs, but never works, never worked. Yeah.
Getting you. So, Shafiq, like my next question would be like when did you decide that you want to join Sharpener? As in, like what was that point? Like you thought, okay, okay, like let's go and like join Sharpener. Like I don't think
So
like I'll be able to do this by myself.
yeah, so after my MCA, I had some gap before my first job. So I joined a firm here in Kerala itself. So after like or 8 or 9 months working there, I left the job due to some reasons. So I was very desperate to get into a job. I was like exploring all the stuffs. By the way, I even tried Java, Python. I studied Django, everything by myself. But at a point, I can find that I'm not getting anywhere. Okay, I know which are the resources I'm having is not up to the mark where I can crack a job. So I need a guide, a mentor. I need a path to follow. So I was searching desperately for that, and from Quora I found Sharpener. So my
Okay.
first move was to connect with some of the previous students from LinkedIn, and they gave me like, you should go with Sharpener. I talked to them personally. I called them, and all of them suggested one thing: you should join. Yeah, and I joined, and after joining, I got a call from Costo, and I cleared my doubts, and I took the yeah, I take the decision. Yeah, I am joining Sharpener. Yeah.
Understood. So, Shafiq, like regarding like your previous job, so like this was when like when did you have a job? Like this was like I think you're a 2020 pass out, right, Shafiq? You're a 2020
Yeah,
pass out,
right,
right?
right.
2020 pass out. So like when did you join the job? And like this was when like is that 2021? Is it like
Yeah, I joined 2021. Right.
yeah? So you roughly had like after the job you had roughly around like 2 years, like 1.5 years of grab, right?
Yeah, around 1 year because I joined the job after 6 months of graduation. So
Okay. Okay.
yeah, after the job it took like some months, around like 1.5 months, 1.5 year would be there.
Okay, there was a 1.5 year gap also. Okay, understood. Sure. Sure. I think yeah, because uh, it's more like if over here, like what we understand, right? Like if you have the skill set, right? Like any company, like companies would run after you. Okay, like
Right.
that's something which like we've been prophesizing all this while. Yeah, like you just run after skill set and remaining we'll take care of that. Yeah. Sure. So, Shafiq, like a pretty important question over here. Like I think for all the Sharpnarians also is like, how do you plan your time? Like, how did you plan your time? Like a day basically. How do you plan your day essentially?
So my plan would be like, I doesn't have a specific plan of time, but I will always try to have a minimum of 6 hours to invest in sharpener and work. So whether it be morning, whether it be night, most of my time will be in late nights because I can concentrate more without any disturbance and everything. So that's how I plan my day while with the sharpener. Yeah.
Okay, so you're the like so we categorize our students as well like that. So we have a bunch of students. So we call these type of students night owls. The ones who stay. So there is one developer also whom we have. Like he is also one night owl. So he kind of competes with all of you as well. So he kind of stays awake and he sees ki, like when does the last student go to sleep, he'll go after that. So so there are times when we actually go live at 3 o'clock at night as well. So yeah, pretty interesting. So you are the night owl, right? Like of Sharpener, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like what we've seen according to our research, like there's only these 2 hours wherein students are not active, 4 to 6 o'clock. After that, like 6 to 4 o'clock, everyone's like someone or the other is active. So so if you have to release something, it's 4 to 6 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. is the sweet spot. Nice. Uh, so, Shafiq, now coming to like a very like, important question. Okay, like a lot of question, like a lot of people wanted to know the answer of this. Okay, and I think this is a favorite question of all times: is how much time did you take to complete the course, Shafiq?
So I took around 5 to 6 months, but to be honest, I would have completed it within 3 months because I have this background. Most of the concepts there, I know, like the basic concepts are there. So in between, I have some personal commitments also. So some months, like 2 months or something, just passed away. I can't invest much time during that period. So that made this 6 months. That took the 6 months. Yeah.
Okay, understood. So okay, fair enough. And I think so. Like Shafiq, now like coming to this, I think this is the most favorite question of all the Sharpenarians. what was the interview phase like, Shafiq? Like once you were ready, like what was the interview phase like, Shafiq?
So the interview, my first interview, I remember I was very nervous. So it was a telephonic interview at first. So I keep like the questions they shoot some many questions. I just bluffed my answers. I'm very nervous. I don't know what I am answering. The point like, oh, why am I doing this? I'm not good for anything. Even though investing this much time, I can't do anything. But one thing I done because of because of what Yashwaya told, they have to write down the questions. I write down those questions, and I worked on that. Okay, these are the questions they asked. Okay, fine, let's keep a note of that. And there comes the second interview. Now I'm prepared. Now I see the difference. Now I can answer the question. Pretty much I'm satisfied by myself. Yeah, yeah, I can answer the question. One or two questions I missed, but okay. But I keep note of the one or two or three questions that I don't know. And next interview comes, now I've prepared more. Like after all this interview, I'm getting better and better. I can see that I'm working more in this interview phase. To be precise, I'm working even more than my learning phase because I have to crack the job. So yeah, each interview is like a test. Uh, I may not get the offer, but I'll work and work, and yeah, now I got a
Understood.
good offer.
So, Shafiq, like now, like coming to like, like coming to basically, like you had these interviews, right? Like you had interviews coming up, okay? So, can you talk about like us about like as in like how many interviews did you give in general in total, Shafiq? Like before you cracked
Uh,
your first.
so I But after Sharpener, I got about five interviews, 5 to 6 interviews, right?
Okay, okay, and how many of them you cracked?
Three interviews I cracked.
Okay, okay. So, Shabik, like, not like I think a lot of people would want to know, like, as in, uh, like when you're giving interviews, right? Like, how do you keep your chill? Like, how do you like basically not become nervous? Like, was there any strategy which you were using primarily?
Primarily, as I mentioned, my first interview I was nervous, very nervous, because I'm not prepared. This is my first
Okay,
interview. Oh God, what should I do? Oh, should I look on DSA? Should I go for the Node.js or JavaScript? What should I do? I'm very nervous. I don't know what to do, what to prepare, what to be prepared of. But after the first interview, I know what will they ask, how they will go in the interview. Now I'm pretty much prepared. So when I'm giving my fourth or fifth interview, I was very confident. So I know what they will ask. So it's kind of that of conflict, which made me less nervous. So I have a tension there. Obviously, we'll be having, but not that much nervous. Like troubling of hands won't be there. I'm confident of what they'll ask. Yeah, that's how
understood,
that
understood,
works for me.
understood. So, so we like now tell us like over here at Sharpener, right? Like you instead of like normal teachers, like you had professional coders. Like did that help also? Like as in like in terms of like cracking, like learning the right way, and basically like, did that help you? What was the
Yeah,
experience?
of course. As a computer science, I told you, right? I worked like I've been a computer student for 5 years. So in this 5 years, I could have learned a lot, but I couldn't get a job, right? The main reason is because, as we know, the teachers will write on the boards and they'll come up with their solutions, their answers. They'll be writing in the code and they want to replicate it when we are in the lab. So, what exactly does that make? That doesn't make any sense, right? We need our own solution. We need our own hands-on experience to everything. But while joining a sharpener, what I can find it every task we're doing is it's like a feature for a project or something. So we are doing it in our own way. We are learning it. We might not get the right answer, but working on it makes it better. So to be in a coder perspective or something, I can understand, like I can learn more in a most effective way rather than being in a no conventional way of teaching. This really helped me in Sharpener. And one thing I have to mention is what keeps me motivated while learning here in Sharpener is the way how the Sharpener syllabus is being made. Like after DSA, JavaScript, advanced JavaScript, Node.js, that one I liked, and the gamified experience, the points, the leaderboards, that keep me motivated all the time. Uh, for the learning phase in the DSA, I keep note of the leaderboard because oh, I have to take this much points. No, I'm not going to take the hints. I have to complete it without looking the hints. Yeah, that's how I work. That's keep me motivated all the time. Yeah.
So what was the most difficult part over here, like Shafiq? What did you find? Like, were there any parts where you got stuck or you got demotivated, and how did you dealt with that phase?
So difficult part, I would say. For me, for some assignments or projects, we have to complete it with this much deadline, right? So 7 days or 8 days. So I got like tensed when it is 10 days or 12 days. I don't know why I have to complete it within 7 days. That's what I think. Uh, Sometimes I get stuck for some concept. But what I think of myself is I'm not going to take the hint or going to ask to the mentor. If there is no sort or no solution I'm coming up with, then I'll ask the mentor in the session. I'll try my maximum to find a solution for it. Whether it's be Google, Stack Overflow, anything. Uh, it's not about the error. Some errors we can rectify, but how we are going to execute some feature in this, that always made me stuck somewhere. So I work. Like it might take 2 days even for this particular feature to be established, but I work myself. That helped me a lot because if there is someone to help us and we are going to ring the door every time, that won't help, I guess. We have to work on that. We have to try out ourselves. We have to give us more time to get the solution. Then only we can move on to the helping hands. That's what my uh, thought of learning.
Got it. But this part is actually also very important. Like when you keep on trying, right, you realize a lot of things in that process, which actually makes you a better developer, right?
Hmm.
Because let's say if you're trying to code something, and let's say you are not being able to solve it, but if you are spending a day or two, you're realizing what approaches will not work. But let's say when you solve the next question, you will realize it beforehand that okay, these approaches will not work, and the reason is because of this, right?
Right,
So that will help you figure out the correct solution faster.
right,
That
right.
is very important.
In
Got
fact,
it.
like companies, like if you look at any company, right, like they're not actually hiring people who know a tech stack. Okay, they're primarily looking out for problem solvers. Okay, because like in the tech industry, it's more like this, right? You keep getting problems, new kind of problems come every day. Like in my like 4 years at like different companies. Okay, like prior to Sharpener, like that is what I was thinking. Like every day there is a new challenge, right? Every day it's no day is like you get something which you know already. Yeah. So that's the, I think that's what companies also look at. They look at problem solvers. So that's why I think they even, that's why I think for freshers, they, a lot of companies also focus more on DSA. If nothing is good, at least if his DSA is good, he's a good problem solver. I think that's where it all comes from. Yeah. Uh, sure. Guys, I think a cliche question which we have is, what did you do after cracking your first offer, Shafiq?
For my friends and family. So my friends was I told you I have a career gap, right? So I was very desperate during that phase. I have to get a good job, like a 3 LPA job or 4 LPA job. I might have got, but I already done that. So I now wanted to settle for that. So I was very desperate to get into a better job. So my friends would say, "Man, you can learn this, you can learn that. We'll help you to get into somewhere." Yeah, I was doing that, but at a point of time, I can find it now. I'm not going anywhere. I told you, right, I was learning lots of stuff, but I can find that I'm not going anywhere with this. So yeah, once when I cracked my first job, I told my friend that when I got this offer, I'm going to join there, and he was like, "Oh man, that's great! I told you now, you will get a crack job. Everything comes up." And now the major part is now my friends want to join Sharpener because they are in good MNCs, but they have 3 plus years of experience, but they are not making that much. So yeah, I think Sharpener is most.
Sure, sure, sure. So, Shafiq, like in general, like I also remember, as in like I think so. The company which had come, like they actually used to offer more, but I think because it was their first interview, even the founder told me that the guy looks good, okay, but he's a little nervous. So that's why I think so. He went out and gave, I think, a really bad offer. So I told him, yeah, like definitely with all due respect, like, but I am not sending I am not sending this Sharpener definitely at this. So I think that's where like, we conversed, and I also told you not to join, and then you got a second different. So like Shafiq, like what about the like basically now like what happened when you actually cracked free charge? Like where did you party and like what was like that moment when you cracked free charge? Like
So, but in the previous company that Ash told me not to join, so I was about to join that company, by the way, because I felt like, oh man, I tried and they gave me an offer. It's low, but okay, but I'm very confused. I used to call Ash daily, like, should I join? And daily we'll be conversing about that. And but my friend said, man, you got two interviews, right? You have more options. They're giving you interviews, so you should go for that. I think you can crack better offer. So that's how I appeared for more and more interviews. So and I would have joined with the first job itself, but yeah, that helped me to get this offer by the way, or else I would have joined for that low pay scale.
awesome. I think so. I think that's the beauty of having mentors and not teacher. I think so. Like at
Yeah,
Sharpener,
right.
like, that's why we never call our like the bhaiya, we call them bhaiyas or mentors. We don't call them sir. Like whenever a student tells me sir, I'm like, इतना बड़ा नहीं हूँ मैं भाई. I'm just like what I'm in 20s only. So yeah, don't call me sir. I'm your bhaiya. Yeah. So yeah, guys. So I think so. I'll just ask two more questions and then I'll open it for you all. You guys can raise your hands, okay? If you have any questions, like if you want to ask questions to Shafiq, okay? Like one important question I want to ask you is, Shafiq, like some advice which you want to give all the Sharpenarians who are preparing. So there's this common, I think so, thing which is there among Sharpenarians is this common problem is that they tell ki, Bhaiya, I tend to forget things. Like how do I revise things? Okay, how do I always stay up to mark? Okay, so a very good answer I think which was given in the last few. I'm not being able to remember which one, but a very good answer which is there right for this. I think Shafiq would also say the same thing. Is guys help each other, okay? Like help your peers, help your if you're a spirit guide, help your followers, okay? That kind of helps you a lot, okay? Like because in general, like when I was like mentoring at Sharpener, okay, like I have learned the most when I explain it to my students, okay. So that's a beauty, okay. Like when you explain it to a student, now you will only realize कि okay मैं कुछ गलत पढ़ा रहा हूँ. Like I'm telling him something wrong, okay. You will only realize that, and then you'll like once like you will try to research and try to figure out what are you trying to say wrong, okay. So that kind of helps a lot. As in you go deep dive into a lot of things which you otherwise would not have, okay. Because normally the thing is right that when we learn something, right, we always think "Ki this is the best. We've understood everything, okay. But when we try to explain it to someone else, now that's the time when we actually realize that we might not have understood something or the other. So always like help and take help. That's I think that would really help. Yeah. Shafiq, correct me if I'm wrong, Shafiq. Like I think you were also a very you used to help all the
Right.
night owls along with you, right? Like Shafiq.
Yeah, right. Most of the time, I would. I've been a bunch of friends from Sharpener. Uh, they'll WhatsApp me like in our group. They'll ask questions like, "I'm getting this error. Can anyone help me?" So what I'll do is I'll personally message them. Man, let's connect. Let's sit together and figure it out. And I made a bunch of friends like that. And moreover, I learned a lot. Okay? Most of the time this guy's like let's connect Yash Bhaiya or Bhaiya for this. I would say okay, let's figure it out first. If we can't come to a solution, we can contact them, and that way I learned a lot. I would say they have this error and we are solving that error together, and that helped me. So for some situations I might get the output in the first go itself. I never face if I might not face that error, but that guy faced that error. Now I'm solving his error. I learned, oh, this feature can have this error, can come up with this error. This is how we solve it. That way it helped me. It really helped me. So this interviewer, some may ask, why is this error popping up? Do you know? Yeah, in that scenario, this session, not the sessions, this period where I help the student, not students, my fellow friends, help me really. Like, I might sit with them more than 2 or 3 hours for their errors and everything, but it really helped me. That time was worth, I would say. Yeah.
Definitely. I think a lot of founders even come to us, okay, like basically to ask for students like who help others a lot, okay. Like there's this, I don't know, like because they indeed want people, like I think it's a very common practice in the IT sector. It's more like you help, and when you stuck, you get help, okay, you take help. That's the kind of a common synergy which I think is very prevalent in very good companies, right? Like you take help and you give help. That's the I think in Sharpener also we're trying to portray the same thing. You give help and you take help. Like that's how I think all of us can grow together. Yeah, definitely. So, guys, I think a question. Basically, I'll ask one last question and I'll open it for all of you. Okay. Uh, Shafiq, like right now you're working at Freecharge, right? Uh, like, one more thing, like Shafiq, do you have any more advices for students? Like, I think the helping is one more. Like, any other advices which you have for students, Shafiq?
So at a point where we're learning, I faced a situation where we got demotivated at some point. And man, it's taking too much time. They do. So never be that person, because if you're feeling like that, put on more work. Uh, Work hard. That will really help you. Yeah, that's my advice.
Yeah, I think guys, whenever you feel demotivated, right, you should always, I think so, reach out to us, reach out to your mentors, okay? And definitely, I keep getting this message, ki, like, sir, I'm feeling demotivated. I'll always tell them, ki, okay, this is my slot, you call me. Okay, because like guys, we are always there to help you. Your friends, also your Sharpenerian friends, are also there to help you. Because guys, I am understanding ki things get difficult at times. Okay, like things are, it's not easy. Okay, like becoming a software engineer. Okay, but like never give up. Okay, like every day, maybe you can take a rest for maybe a day or so. If you feel like very demotivated, take a rest for some time and always come back and keep pushing, because you know what lies ahead, right? Like the everything good lies ahead. Okay, so just take the pain with the pinch of salt, yeah, guys, and keep moving ahead. Yeah. So now, Shafiq, like if you can give us a brief understanding of like what is it working at Freecharge like, as in I think a lot of people would be interested in joining Freecharge if there are openings. So what
Yeah,
is it
it's
like
it's a
working at
it's
Freecharge?
a work from home offer. So I was working from home. Yeah, so far so good. Here they're using microservices and everything. So as if you're clear with concept, I can we can easily gel in with them. Um, yeah, that's it. It's going good.
So what's the work pressure like over there? I think someone even
Uh,
asked in the section.
There's not that much work pressure. So I would say in my previous company, I'm pretty much stressed because it's a new tech stack for me at that time. So I have to learn. I have to work very hard. And after the 6:30 p.m., I have to be sitting there till 1 a.m. or something to learn what exactly is being going on. But now it's not that the case, because we know stuff. When we're saying code, we understand. Oh, this is fine. Okay, I have to invest like a half an hour on that because the concepts are clear. That's it. That helps. So the stress and everything is not there so far. Yeah.
I think I got there was an comment which was there. Did they give you discounts as discount coupons as joining bonus at free charge?
No, no, no.
Awesome, awesome. Sure, I think so. Let's open this up, guys. You can raise your questions, raise your hands, and you can ask your questions. I think we'll take like about 30 people, and yeah. So raise your hands. We'll take each and every one of your questions. Yeah. So Najim, you can go first. Yeah, Najim. Najim, you want to go? You
Okay.
want to ask a question?
Uh, Nazim is on mute, I guess. Shashi, you want to go next?
Yes, yes, yes. Shafiq, first of all, congratulations on your placement, bro. So my question is on like on DSA part. So what is the weightage of DSA in the interviews you have given? And one, I would add one more to that on the DSA also. See, I have completed the projects and I'm on to the last part, that is the final mock interview. Okay, so I am tend to forget the DSA completely, I guess. So I'm trying to practice it a lot. So how do you prepare that thing, and what is the weightage of DSA in the interview, that real interview?
So in the interview, the DSA weightage is like in some interviews, I got sessions like they'll give us the lead code links and they'll ask us to like to give the solution within some time they'll prefer. So one or more questions will be there in some interview. So most of the questions will be what we have done in Sharpener here. Some questions like array rotate, something will be like that. Some questions will be like will be there. So if you're good with our logic, I wouldn't say you have to go with one simple logic or simple solution. Even if you are going with Y by Y, he'll be giving us the solution how to do this. But I would give you an advice that don't stick on that solution. You should come up with three or more ways. So in that way, you understand how to deal with these questions once the interviewer shoots us with the DSA questions. So this is how I prepared. So even when I'm giving the mock interview part where we come through the Node.js, advanced Java, everything will be little low in our DSA. So what I will do is I'll keep on refreshing some topics that help me during the interview because I found that the interviewers will be asking questions from DSA.
Okay.
So you can give uh, weightage to that also.
So thank you, and congratulations again,
Thank
Babos sir, and yes, bhaiya. I like I want to ask one question from you guys.
Sure.
See, I have contacted two or three students whom I know through like sessions we do, like in the say they are having any issue or I am having any issue. So I got to know from them that they have completed their module as a backend developer. Like,
Mhm.
and yeah, they told like it's been 15 to 20 days. Someone is like 1 month is over. The final mock interviews have been done. There's like
Mhm.
the in the concurrency of the interview they are getting or call is very significantly low. So
Mhm.
is it the case because of recession and all, or like this is
So,
gonna be normal?
So how we have structured this, Shashi, is like, so whenever we get them an interview call, right? So we understand from the HRs and also like how the interview has gone, right? Okay, now
Okay.
let's say if like if there's a like so like recently we got one person who was not able to answer a question maximum in an array, right? So now
Exactly.
it's pointless to make him sit for other interviews because he'll continuously keep on getting rejected. So what we tell them to do is like we tell them that okay, revise things properly and we'll get you interviews, let's say one or two every week, so that you can also understand how you are performing with respect to interviews. Okay, and once you're fully prepared, okay, then we'll start getting you, like we'll start bombarding you with interviews. I know there has been a bit of slowdown, okay,
Mhm.
but we are pretty strong in terms of placement, right? Like everyone is getting placed. Okay, it might happen that someone like we might end up taking 1 or 2 weeks extra, but there's a
Mhm.
guarantee from us, an assurance from us that you will end up getting placed. Okay, okay. So
Moreover, Shashi, like I think this is a common thing which a lot of students have been asking me as well. So,
Yeah.
Shashi, like I think so. To solve this also, right? Like how many companies are coming? So right now, on an average, if I tell you, like around like 6 to 8 companies come every day. Okay, on Sharpener, that's like every day. Okay, 6 to 8 companies come, and I think to just motivate the students also, like we are going to launch in like 2 weeks from now. We're going to launch something in which like all of you guys can also see how many companies are coming. Okay, just like so
Mhm.
that you guys are all motivated as to
Yeah.
seeing like what types of companies are coming and how many of them are coming. Uh, See, right now, I'll say companies like which are coming to Sharpener that has, I think, increased only in number. But the problem over here right now, like you might have seen in a lot of LinkedIn posts as well, is the like right now to get into like normal companies also, it's become a little more difficult. Okay. Like people, like it's more like because there are so many people who've gotten laid off from Fang and all these type of companies, right? Like from good companies. Okay.
Exactly.
So there is right now the pool of people which is there. That's a lot. Okay.
Mhm.
So companies are coming. They're taking interviews also, but right now, like what I'm urging all the Sharpenerians to work on is the quality. Like they should be like very good with DSA, very good with JavaScript, and also understanding like Node.js and SQL. So that I think so. We've also become a little like stricter in terms of like the mock interviews as well. Ki, like we tell people ki this is where you lag and you should improve, and then you should sit, because right now things have become a little more difficult in terms of cracking interviews. But number of companies which are coming, that has stayed a lot. Like seven to like around 6 to 8 companies come every day. Okay. I think within 2 weeks also, like you guys would also see like which companies are coming. Like all the
Correct.
people who are like in like say, I think people who are like who fill the ISA and everything, they all see like which companies are coming on Sharpener, and you guys can make a call कि companies कम हुए हैं कि companies कम ज़्यादा हुए हैं कैसा है. You guys will see everything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
couldn't agree more because that got me thinking like and irrespective of performance in the interview the guys are not
मतलब
getting the interview and all, so
हाँ.
that cleared my doubt like yeah.
Awesome, awesome,
Correct.
awesome.
Guy, मतलब what I suggest is like concentrate on your preparation, ठीक है,
Yeah, yeah.
and leave everything like the rest of the things to us, ठीक है, because अभी once this platform is live, right, so you will see that who has gotten shortlisted to the first round, the second round. You can also talk to those set of people, right, ठीक है,
Hmm.
तुमको पता चल जाएगा कि like what are they doing extra so that they have gotten shortlisted to the next round and you have not gotten shortlisted. So this transparency will help people also grow, right? And we'll also resolve this out because whenever you guys see, right, let's say, matlab, there will be people who will be spreading, let's say, hate or something like that, right? अब उन लोग preparation अच्छा नहीं किए, मतलब the thing is कि I want them to get placed, right? That is how we will also make money, right? But
Exactly,
अब
exactly.
preparation अच्छा नहीं किए, तो अब मैं चाह के भी उनका interview schedule कराऊंगा. Problem, what will happen is that if they perform really badly, right, the company will like get demotivated with sharpness, right? कि यार ये क्या है,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes.
ठीक है, so that is the reason why we tell people to prepare. Okay, that is the reason why we tend to focus a lot on preparation. ठीक है, let's say if you look at Shafiq,
Sure.
right? Shafiq did his preparation so well that in just 5 companies, right, he was able to crack 3 companies, and so that is like if you give us this motivation, right, that you are able to crack companies, so we'll keep on getting better offers and better companies for you, right, till the time you are not satisfied, and we'll also tell you that don't accept this offer or something like that, okay, so that you end up
Exactly,
taking a
exactly.
better offer. But let's say if you get rejected 20 times, okay, and now the 21st company you crack, okay, and you ask us that whether should I join or not, our next thing will be join kar lo, because you what it might happen that you might end up getting rejected in 20 plus companies, right? So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
important. Okay, having a solid preparation is very very important over here.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you a lot.
Yeah. Amit, you can go next. Yeah, Amit.
Hello.
Yeah, Amit, you can go next. Yeah, yeah.
I wanted to first of all, I want to congratulate to Shafiq bhai for the placement, and I wanted to ask this: what kind of questions, what kind of questions they ask in the interviews related to the topic of this Node.js and Express.js and like backend development part? Because uh, in one interview I said so they just ask very basic few questions like what is Node.js, what is Express.js, that's it. And in my 2 interviews I have gone through that, they just don't they just don't ask the questions from the project. They don't even see the project. They just ask the what was your role and what you have done. That's it. And they just uh, don't ask us to open the our project code. You know. So backend part, I mean, how to prepare for that for the interviews?
So about Node.js and other questions, it's not the
Yes.
case for they. It's not like they'll ask simple questions. That's not the case for every interview. They'll be asking advanced questions also. So in Sharpener, while I'm studying there, there is a session where they'll be including all the questions that have been asked to the previous students. So that helped me a
Mm,
lot. So for this basic stuff and basic questions, you can like refer to that. Apart from that,
mm,
I can't say tell you what specific questions they'll ask because Some may ask difficult questions also. So you have to make note of it and research on that for that. And about the project parts, they'll ask you one question like, what is the difficult part that you faced while developing a project or a past project or everything, something like that, and you have to explain them, convincing them, because if you're
Okay.
telling I faced this difficulty and that what solution you came up with, and you have to give them an answer that makes sense. That really helps. And some may ask you to show some snippets of code, not the entire project. Some may ask you how exactly have you solved that solution. Can you show me? So then you have to open the VS Code and whatever ID you are using and show them. I have done this was the that this was the place where I stuck in. I came up with this solution. This thing happens. So they
Okay.
might not see entirely your project. If I deployed somewhere, they'll ask you for the link or everything so they can check out what website you have been done. Apart from that, I don't think they'll go through each and every line of your code, but they'll ask you
Okay.
this type of question to understand whether you have the exposure what you are telling them you have. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. In my interview, what happened that in my first interview, even what happened that the interviewer just took my interview for 5 minutes only, and he just oh, asking questions after questions, without even I was aware of the answers, but although he was asking very basic questions of oops concepts, so he was, as I started asking, answering the question, he just put a next question. Okay, so how do you and in the end he reacted me. I was like, it was a bit awkward kind of situation for me. And I was like, what happened? He was asking, and as I started answering the question, he just asked another question. So how do you handle such kind of
So,
people,
Amit,
interviewer, and
like,
he reacted me well in the
I,
end.
I'm getting you. Like, Amit, so over here, na, it's more like the interviewer is mostly like he not. So this is a type of an interviewer. Okay, like
Right.
the interviewer who's got less time and he wants to evaluate each and every candidate. Okay, he's got a lot of candidates to evaluate, so he's just looking into. Ki, if you make it through the first round, na, like, this is more like a short listing which he's trying to do. I think so. बिकॉज वही हो जाता है
Okay.
सब तरह तरह के इंटरव्यूज होते हैं कहीं कहीं पे होता है कि लाइक they'll have a proper 1 hour round proper in the, and they'll go into your projects and everything and there could be interviewers who just call you over the phone telephonic round करके they'll just see कि quality कैसा है and then they'll move ahead मतलब he's not sure whether he wants to invest time in you or not so
Okay.
that is where I think so
And
ऐसा
after that,
हो
right. After that, I prepared the OOPS concept very clearly, and then uh, 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 one more interview I have gone through, and it was fantastic for me.
okay okay awesome हाँ ऐसे ही मतलब हो जाएगा फिर चल रहा नेक्स्ट वीक तक आई थिंक खुशखबरी सुना
Correct.
दोगे
I hope so.
सही
I
Correct,
ठीक
correct.
believe.
है
अभी
I
अभी दो
believe.
ही दियो probably दो तीन
Yes,
और
sir.
interviews हो गए you'll be able to crack one. Yeah.
Okay.
Prepare करते रहो, right? So
Right.
मतलब the thing is even if it's a 5 minutes interview, right? ठीक है, even if it's a 5 minutes interview or something, the reason like there would be some questions which you were not able to answer properly, तो वो revise करो.
Okay.
ठीक है, it's just a like क्या बोलते हैं, तो current word लेते हैं, right? Fastest finger first,
In the
right? ठीक है,
right. In the second
correct.
interview, what happened, sir? भैया, it was like the interviewer was feeling nervous.
So
I was answering almost all the questions in a very correct way.
sure nice okay Bhushan I think you will go next Bhushan
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my question is how interviewer asked the question about on DSC, like what he thinks, like he expect to complete question and give the output, or some no some or some concepts, and that's all.
so I think Shafiq you can answer this and then maybe we'll try to
Yeah,
improvise
on his in his interview, like how interviewer asked the question on DSA. He used to link to in chat box and to solve, or he randomly pick a question on lead code and then use ask to solve.
No, it's not essentially be lead code. It's be some other thing like hacker rank or some other links would be given. In some cases, they'll be giving us link and ask us to solve this within 20 minutes or 10 minutes. As how difficult the question is at the time will be given. In some cases they'll be giving us simple questions like maybe giving an array and to manipulate some stuff within that array. But after solving that, what I'll ask is, how can you do it in a better, like with what's the time complexity of your code? Can you do it in a better, efficient way with less time complexity? These type of questions they'll ask. So it's the way how we answer to that DSA questions. If we are coming with multiple for loops or like 3 or 4 for loops and something like that, yeah, definitely they'll ask you can come with some optimized and solution. So about DSA, this is how they, for me, they asked in the interview. In some interview, they shared me links and want me to solve that question. Yeah, that's what I faced during my interview.
Yes, yes. And some Excel sheets I saw on the internet, like these 375 questions, 420 questions. Like they are really asked in your interviews, like the some basic question, like from that
Sorry,
sheet, from that sheet.
from which sheet I don't know.
Shafeeq,
Yeah,
can you?
that sheets are available on internet. Like if you know, I don't know.
Okay, so for my case, the DSA questions were pretty much like how medium complexity questions were asked, not the level of hard complexity questions like Google level questions were never asked for me. So you can refer to this medium complexity questions. So it will definitely help. That's what I can tell. I don't know about the sheet. Sorry.
Yes, okay, okay, not fine. Thank you so much. Okay.
Yes, Shafeeq, I think
देखो
so.
यहाँ पे भूषण any question can be asked, ठीक है? You have to understand any question on earth can be asked to you, ठीक है? I remember when I gave a couple of interviews, ठीक है? I was asked relative velocity which was from class 11th, ठीक है? The thing is anything the interviewer can ask you. It's just that you just have to prepare well, right? All these questions are मतलब making you more and more confident towards the essay or towards Node.js or towards any topic, right? And now it might happen that let's say even if you solve 1,000 questions, right, the 1,001 question the interviewer asks you are not able to answer. Okay, so these things will keep on happening, but the probability of getting things correct will increase, right? Okay, the next question probably they ask you the chances are that you might be able to solve it. Okay, and that is like what you have to play by, right? That is what is the rule that you have to play by. Okay, so that is the reason why you have to get the skill set so like good that like whatever question that they ask you, maximum you are able to solve. Okay.
Yes, yes. Thank you.
Yeah.
Understood. So I think Prashant, you can go next. Prashant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello, Shafiq. Congratulations, bro. Uh, my question is, Shafiq, like while coding till loop, while coding, I can make a dry run and visualize how my code is working. But in array part, from last 2 weeks, I stopped coding and try to focus on the syntax because I'm not confident on new question how to approach them to solve. Okay, and literally in every array question I feel stuck everywhere. So how can I visualize my code in array, and do you have any other things where I can clear my syntax at the same time in JavaScript?
Um, so, Sandhya, who was talking? I'm sorry, I did not see the name. Sandhya
Nishant.
said, oh, yeah. So, like, the thing over here, na, basically is like syntax does matter, okay? Like, but it doesn't matter that much, okay? If you can think the logic, कि यहाँ पे मेरे को ऐसे करना है, arrays किस लिए use होता है? If you understand that, okay? Why do we even use arrays? Like if you can just imagine what is an array, okay? And like basically like if you're given a problem you can just imagine कि okay यहाँ पे array से I can solve it like this, okay, then you can obviously solve it, okay. It's not कि syntax would stop you, okay. Syntax is definitely like basically once you've understood the flow, right, once you've understood कि like the problem would get solved like this, then it's very easy for you to like write the syntax of it. You can even Google it a little bit, but understanding the logic is the most important part. And then obviously like once you've understood the logic, obviously writing the code. ऐसा नहीं है कि logic समझ जाओ ऊपर से and then you move ahead. That's like, so sitting with the problem is very important. Like you get a problem, you don't see the answer first, try to solve it by yourself. I think that is where you're lagging. I think
Okay.
you're understanding, right?
So it's essentially like why we exactly need array there. What's the purpose of array? So how can we converse to the answer from that array? Why do we need an array to manipulating to our solution? That gives us the logic. That helps us, right?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I think we can go to Nishant. Hey, Nishant, hello. You can ask your question.
Hello, Shafiq. Hello.
Hello, Nishan.
Yeah, congratulations, brother. So, am I audible?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Nishant, you're audible.
Yeah. So, right now, I just want to ask you one question that this interview questions module,
Mhm.
the last module, placement module, in which you have interview questions. So,
Okay.
how much time did you take to do those two tasks?
Which task?
The placement questions, JavaScript and Node.js.
Okay, so we have to write the answer there. That what you're asking?
Yeah.
So for me, I took not that much time into that because before starting that session, like that part, I revised everything from the start, so
Hmm.
that I don't keep stuck on somewhere. So I thought like that were tasks coming up, not the questions coming up. So I prepared
Hmm.
for that, and for that reason, it was easy for me. It didn't took much time. We just have to write
So,
what we know, right?
So these same questions I have asked certain other Sharpenerians who are in touch with me, and they told me that they took around 1 to 2 days, not more
Yeah.
than that. But for me, what is happening? Suppose when it comes to Node.js, there are concepts like clustering, and that you have child processes. Then
Mhm.
within that, you have methods to create child processes like fork and exec and
Hmm.
spawn. So
Mhm.
plus you have different phases of Node.js event loop.
Okay.
So, what is happening with me until and unless I'm able to digest something,
Mhm.
I cannot move on.
Okay.
My mind gets bloated. You know, गैस हो जाती है ना पेट में ऐसा हो जाता है मुझे जब तक मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आता ना तब तक तो
Mhm.
so what is happening with me that I studied this event loop from the Node.js official website. Plus,
Okay.
for the same concept, I used to see 3 to 4 videos, 3 to 4 blogs, and then I used to get a fair idea of that what is happening. So what is happening with me that this sharding and even in SQL the concept of normalization and so I used to do I what I'm doing I'm doing complete SQL 3 to 4 hours video. So this thing is taking me around these two modules, these two things which people have done in 1 to 2 days. I have taken around five
So,
6 days.
Nishan, like what we've seen, na, like normally it takes, like if you do it properly, it takes good amount of time only. Like it takes time. Okay, so it's good. Like if you do it like that, then I think so. Like in the interviews, like I think people were saying 1 or 2 days, but then like interviews when they get rejected, then they have to go back to that only. कि हाँ यहाँ पे I
Yeah,
had
that
seen something like that. So
मैं मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा है ना मैं ये जा रहा हूँ कि जब इंटरव्यू एक बार चालू हो जाए ना फिर मेरे को कुछ नहीं पढ़ना बस रिवाइज करना और इंटरव्यू देना है और रोज 3 4
yeah.
इंटरव्यू कर रहा हूँ मेरे
True, true, true. That's how it should be as in. Because we've also seen that, as in on an average, if I say na, like students do take like 5 to 6 days to finish those things. So अच्छे
हम्म
से करो. That is the main importance. जब तक like I think everyone should follow this. कि जब तक like up to the time you are not satisfied with what you've learned, you should keep doing and keep revisiting actually.
अभी राइट 1 hour बैक ओनली शार्पनर कॉल्ड मी ही टोल्ड मी दैट भैया आप कहाँ पर हो तो मैंने कहा कि यार मैं अभी इंटरव्यू ये क्वेश्चंस कर रहा हूँ वो मेरे से बाद में स्टार्ट किया था एंड वो अभी फाइनल मॉक इंटरव्यू के लिए वेट कर रहा है मैंने कहा यार ये तुमने किया ये इसको क्या कहते हैं फॉकिंग और स्पॉन और ये बोले हाँ भैया डेफिनेशन देख ली
That is where I think so. That is, मतलब वो interview से पूछे जाएंगे. I think so.
हाँ
That is where a lot
और
of so
मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं क्या उसको प्रॉपर वीएस कोड के अंदर कोड कर रहा हूँ आउटपुट देख रहा हूँ उसमें फिर और पंगे आते हैं क्योंकि शेल के अंदर कुछ कमांड जो है वो मतलब लिनक्स में चले गए, विंडोज में नहीं चले गए, तो आप फिर कमांड प्रॉम्प्ट के कमांड्स देखोगे गूगल पे, उनको याद करो, मतलब उनको एक बार देखोगे, फिर आप उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करोगे। फिर वो बफर और स्ट्रिंग्स का फंडा आपको पता होना चाहिए क्लियर, अदरवाइज आपको ये समझ में ही नहीं आएगा। तो मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं कहीं ज्यादा टाइम तो नहीं दे रहा हूँ, मतलब मैं, क्योंकि मेरे को अब क्या है ना, मेरा वो पेशेंस लेवल भी खत्म हो रहा है यार, जल्दी से जल्दी इंटरव्यू देना है, वो चीज भी है, प्लस ये भी है कि मुझे अच्छे से सीखना भी है। ये दोनों चीजें एक मतलब दे आर एट लॉगर हेड्स। तो
करेक्ट।
अब मैं समझ में नहीं आ रहा मैं कितना करूं, कहाँ पे छोड़ दूं। अब जैसे मुझे अभी ये नोट जेस तक तो मैंने अच्छे से कर लिया है, ठीक है, अब यहाँ पे नहीं है, मेरे को एकदम क्लियर है कि मैं मॉड्यूल आज निपटा दूंगा, दिस विल बी फिनिश्ड बाय टुडे इवनिंग। बट अब ये है कि अब अगला जो नया सरमाउंटिंग टास्क, एक माउंटेन खड़ा है सामने, वो है डीएसए। डीएसए का आपको वो करना है। अब मेरे पास एक ऑप्शन ये है कि मैं डीएसए के 4 क्वेश्चन जो आएंगे वो करके आगे बढ़ जाऊं, या मैं पूरा डीएसए फ्रॉम द बिगनिंग राइट अप टू रिकर्शन वापस करूं। और वो मैंने जब पहली बार किया था बहुत अच्छे से किया था, मतलब इट वाज लाइक
मतलब that
मक्खन।
actually depends on, मतलब अब तो तुमने कर रखा है, like when you've already done it, right? So I
हम्म।
don't think that would be a problem, as in like those questions are also very easy only, that they're not that difficult, like easy, और एक I think एक medium होगा उसमें। So I'll say कि like you can just go through it, because anyways in the interview, when you sit for the mock interview, I think so you have to revise. So that is where I personally see na कि like right now a lot of students who just brush past all of this and they just do sit for the interview. They do very badly in the mock interview, and then they have to wait for a week again for the next
हम्म।
mock interview. So I
नहीं तो
think
अब हम्म।
it's a good
नहीं
thing that
यश,
you're doing.
इसमें इसमें क्या हो रहा है यश, अब जैसे डीएसए जब मैंने पहली बार किया था तो बहुत अच्छे से किया था, अब क्या है ना, ये 4 क्वेश्चन तो चल मैं मतलब एक दिन में आई विल फिनिश इट। बट
Mm-hmm.
बट जैसे अगर मैं स्टैक्स एंड क्यूज में जाऊं तो ट्रैपिंग रेन वाटर प्रॉब्लम है, स्लाइडिंग विंडो प्रॉब्लम है। उसको मैंने जब फर्स्ट टाइम सॉल्व किया था, क्योंकि मैंने कहीं सॉल्यूशन नहीं देखा, मैं खुद बैठा हूँ, दो दिन बैठा हूँ उनके साथ। अब मैं वो सब अगर वापस करने बैठूंगा ना, मतलब एक एक क्वेश्चन वापस करूंगा, तो इट विल टेक अराउंड 15 days।
Okay. No, so that DSA is a test. Okay. Once you start it, in 3 hours, you'll finish it. Either you'll fail or you'll pass. So you don't worry about it.
नहीं तो वो टेस्ट देने के बाद मैं क्या वापस जो डीएसए मॉड्यूल था हमारा वो रिवाइज करूं, मैं ये पूछ रहा हूँ।
मतलब
क्या वो
I'll say
शफीक ने किया
just
था?
go
शफीक से मेरा
through it
क्वेश्चन।
once. हाँ,
हम्म।
Shafiq, I don't think that was there that time. And Shafiq, I think so, passed out like I think 2 months back. Shafiq, or
Right, right.
Shafiq,
2 to
Shafiq,
3 months back.
huh? 2
3 months
months,
back.
3 months back. Yeah. So that's the thing.
अच्छा,
Shafiq would not know.
तो
I
मेरे
think you
को
can
बस
ask.
ये
हाँ.
अरे मतलब मेरा सीधा सा ये है कि जैसे स्टैक्स एंड क्यूज है, उसमें जो एडवांस प्रॉब्लम्स है वो करूं, या मतलब आपको कंसेप्ट पता है, लॉजिक पता है, आपने वो देख के आगे बढ़ जाओ और बेसिक क्वेश्चंस कर लूं, या वापस पूरा अच्छे से करूं।
मतलब अच्छे से ही करना, आई ऑलवेज से, बट डोंट टेक लाइक 15-20 days, लाइक टेक 2 days, उसको उतना में 2 to 3 days में खत्म करो। इफ यू डन इट
हम्म।
ऑलरेडी, आई डोंट थिंक यू शुड टेक 15 days। या
राइट राइट। नहीं अगर
तो
कोड करूंगा तो टाइम लगेगा ना, या तो सॉल्यूशन देख के बढ़ जाऊं आगे।
नहीं, सोल्यूशन देख के मतलब आई नेवर सजेस्ट दैट। आपको आना चाहिए, मतलब ऐसा सोल्यूशन देख के तो
हम्म
फिर वही हो जाएगा, इट्स लाइक हिस्ट्री ज्योग्राफी पढ़ रहे थे कि हाँ आंसर
हम्म।
देख लिया और फिर वही लिख दिया। यहाँ कोडिंग वैसे नहीं होता है। तो ऐसे कि अच्छे से समझ के ही करो, मतलब इफ यू फील कि यू विल बी एबल टू कोड इट विदाउट सीइंग द
हम्म।
आंसर, then I think you should code it, like and then you
राइट
should move on, like because कोड तो
राइट
इतने
राइट।
लंबे नहीं होते हैं वैसे, रफली कितने 20-30
मेरे को
लाइंस।
एक्चुअली ये डाउट इसलिए भी आ रहा है क्योंकि 3-4 सेशन पहले अपन ने इंटरव्यू लिया था, शायद सौरभ था उसका नाम।
हम्म हम्म
उसने उससे पूछा था किसी ने कि भैया डीएसए के अंदर क्या था सीन इंटरव्यूज के अंदर। उसने कहा कुछ नहीं, बेसिक क्वेश्चंस पूछे थे, एक बस वो पूछा था प्राइम नंबर्स वाला,
हाँ
और
हाँ
कोई पूछा
हाँ।
ही नहीं। तो मेरे
ओके
को भी लग
ओके,
रहा है यार मैं कुछ, हाँ,
ज्यादा ही कर
कि
ले रहे
मैं
हो।
बहुत ज्यादा,
See, that would
हाँ
work
बहुत
out,
ज्यादा।
right? That is the thing, right? Like if you prepare well, you'll get rewarded well. Okay. So don't worry about that. Okay. You just prepare well,
ठीक है
the
ठीक है।
remaining you take care of.
हम्म
Yeah. Guys, also like I think one very big announcement also which I have is ki, like uh, it's a good news also, like in a way ki, I think VIT, like the college which we are from, okay, like me, Vaibhav and Kaustav, Okay, like basically that, like the associate director of placements. Okay, like he's also joining us. Okay, so I think so. Like VIT, like people who know about VIT, like VIT is a college wherein I think 950 plus companies come. Okay, so a very like essential member of that VIT placement team is also joining our placement team. So I think so a lot of good companies which are hiring would be coming as well. Yeah.
Plus
So
plus plus
yeah.
98% placement guarantee. 98% placements
So
guarantee
yeah,
it.
yeah. So basically, he's going to get a lot of good companies. Okay, like that's something which we've done over the last 1 month. So we were discussing and everything, and he's finally on board.
Hmm.
So I think that would help a lot of you guys. ठीक है तो अच्छे से करो प्रिपरेशन अच्छे से करो because I think like he's told us कि media.net would also be coming in some time 31
हम्म।
लाख का पैकेज जो देती है तो बट उसका
कब
निकालना भी
तक आ रही
मुश्किल है
कब तक आ रही है जल्दी बताओ जब कब तक आ
तो आई
रही
थिंक एक दो वीक में
कंपनी।
ही आएगी तो या
ओके।
So
हाँ
yeah,
तो
a
उसके
lot
पहले
of good companies are coming
हम्म।
on the line. I think so. पर वो
हम्म।
आते रहेंगे ऐसा नहीं है कि they'll come like once a month or so. मतलब once a month ही आएंगे वैसे हाँ मतलब वैसे बट ऐसा नहीं होगा once a year आ रहा है ठीक है तो आप लोग अच्छे से प्रिपेयर करो ठीक है
हम्म।
ट्रैक्सन भी रेगुलरली आ रही है हर मंथ अच्छी अच्छी काफी कंपनीज आ रही है आई थिंक once we make that dashboard लाइव यू कम टू सी कि कौन कौन सी कंपनीज आ रही है ठीक है
हम्म।
अभी लेकिन मतलब वही है कि अभी थोड़ा सा मार्केट का इश्यूज तो है ही कि जो बहुत बड़ी कंपनीज जो थी मतलब जो पहले हायर करती थी वो अभी हायर नहीं कर रही है बट आई थिंक वो आस्ते आस्ते स्लो मतलब आस्ते आस्ते हट जा रहा है वो सब चीजें प्रॉब्लम्स तो वो सब भी आने लगेगी तो कई अच्छे से
हम्म।
प्रिपेयर करो मतलब प्रिपरेशन में कोई कमी मत छोड़ो ठीक है एंड आई थिंक सो बहुत अच्छा होगा काफी मतलब आगे जाके अभी एक जो प्लेसमेंट्स में मतलब आप बैठोगे वो दिखेगा वो उसका इफेक्ट
तो
ठीक है
तुम मुझे रेफर करना चालू कर दियो क्या?
अभी तो नहीं
क्योंकि तुमने मुझसे पूछा था कि अभी आप कहाँ पर हो, मतलब
अब वो मैंने
मैंने
पूछा
बोल दिया मैं
मैंने
उदयपुर हूँ।
गायब हो गए थे सो आई नॉर्मली आई हैव दिस थिंग ऑफ लाइक जो स्टूडेंट्स थे मैंने पहुंच जाते हैं कीप टेक्स्टिंग देम कहाँ पे हो
अच्छा
तो या ठीक है
ठीक है।
आई थिंक वी गो टू नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन आई थिंक वी रनिंग आउट ऑफ टाइम या अमन यू कैन गो नेक्स्ट
Hello.
या अमन
I just have one question. I was waiting for someone to come from this backend background. The thing is that I am sort of inclined to learn backend, and I'm about to make my 3 hour project and give the interviews and move on to front end or backend. So the most that also I've been looking at the kind of jobs that are in the industry, obviously on LinkedIn now. So the image that I'm getting is that the backend jobs are really scarce as compared to the front end jobs. Is it true? Like maybe it's what I'm seeing, or those are the suggestions that I'm
no
getting.
मतलब सिर्फ फ्रंट एंड कौन मतलब see in a web app like to power a web app like you need back end and front end both right and there are a lot of jobs for back end like I'll say like out of those like 6 to 8 companies which come like half of them are back end half of them are front end uh like you don't have to worry like there are multiple companies which hire for back end uh I mean, like even Shafiq I think so would
Yeah,
say the
he's
same
from
Shafiq,
backend only.
yeah do like what you love okay like and do it with passion okay like don't just brush through it for placements because right now like honestly guys placements like companies are coming definitely but placements like has become more difficult okay like only like it's more about quality okay like you have to have that quality okay that quality needs to be there so work on the quality okay because with time like things obviously like you'll like it's either of the things right मतलब यहाँ पे क्या हो जाता है कि either you prepare पहले से or else you like fail in interviews continuously and then फिर job लगता है तो वो एक चीज हम लोग देख रहे हैं तो क्वालिटी में आप लोग अभी से कोई कसर मत छोड़ो कुछ भी समझ नहीं आ रहा क्लास मतलब बी पेशेंट मतलब ऐसा मत सोचो कि 3 महीने में खत्म करना है 4 महीने में खत्म करना है टेक योर टाइम बट डू इट प्रॉपरली ओके वो
And
क्वालिटी सही रहेगा ना आई टेल यू लाइक निशांत फॉर एग्जांपल ओके आप इनसे निशांत से पूछना कितने टाइम में प्लेस हुआ 2 वीक में प्लेस नहीं हुआ तो आई विल चेंज माय नेम ओके लाइक निशांत का ऐसा क्वालिटी है तो आई टेक दैट गारंटी कि उसको 2 वीक में विल गेट हिम प्लेस ओके सो वही आप लोग भी ऐसे क्वालिटी पे ही फोकस करो ठीक है And I think remaining you can leave it on us. Yeah.
ओके ओके, क्योंकि उसमें
Okay.
क्या हर एक जगह मैंने एक ही देखी, रिएक्ट चाहिए सबको, नोड का इतना ज्यादा ये नहीं था, इसलिए मैं ये
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
कंसर्न था
नोट
कि
का बहुत ही डिमांड है। ऐसा कुछ नहीं, मतलब बैकएंड फ्रंट एंड बनाएंगे तो बैकएंड को, फ्रंट एंड को पावर करने के लिए तो बैकएंड तो चाहिए, एपीआई तो चाहिए। सो
या
या यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग राइट? ओके,
या
ठीक है। समर्थ, यू
ओके,
कैन गो
थैंक यू।
नेक्स्ट।
Hi, hi. Congrats, Shafiq Ali, on your new job. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the question I had, I think Aman asked that. I have one more short, small question. So like, uh, if the I'm now I'm sitting for I prepared for backend. Um, Now I'm sitting for a backend interview. Like, and the interview asks a DSA question. So will he expect me to answer in JavaScript, or like can I answer in like, so basically I learned my DSA in Java, and I think I made a mistake there. Like there are like so many stuff, interfaces, class, that, this. So I think like if I had learned in JavaScript, it would have been easy. So like how will the interviewer expect if I answer in Java or in JavaScript?
I would say it really never matters.
The-
What they check is how you solve that issue, how you solve that problem, what's your logic, how are you going to solve a particular problem. They never tells you to code in a particular language like JavaScript or Java. And one more
Okay.
thing, I started with Java. I also started with Java, so
Okay.
it never it really doesn't matter. You have to give the solution based on your logic.
Mhm.
So yeah, that's it.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, Sarthak, you can go next. I think so. We'll take Chetan last, and I think we'll be done. Yeah, Sarthak, you can go next.
Yeah, Shafiq, I want to ask, how did you justify your career gap? First question. Second is, did you make notes for DSA and everything? And one more question in DSA section also. When I tried to, go through some tasks, like one of my friend Nishan said that you have to revise rainwater type of question when you first go and try to solve them. You get stuck, you do not get answer, you have to take help from hints or search some videos, and then you come up with the right answer. So is it good approach? Am I doing something wrong, or what should I do to clear my concepts, as well as how to, I mean, do we need to make notes for every DSA problem?
So for DSA problem, I made some notes, some concepts for me, some concept. If the concept is new for me, I made notes of it, and I revised it. I come up with different approaches for that particular concept. That's how I learned DSA. And about my career gap, your question.
Yeah.
So for me, yeah. During this gap in between my career, it's not like I'm sitting still or I'm doing nothing to get into somewhere. I was continuously working on my tech stack. I want to update my resume in such a way that it looks good. It looks like I have a tech stack to tell the interviewer that I know these stuffs. So during this period, also, it was a learning phase. I'm not sitting still. I've gone through lots of certifications. I've done. I've been doing some small jobs also. So that helped me to justify my career gap in interviews. And also, why this career gap is because it's almost like I lost the job, but it's almost like I left it because of the pandemic hit. So that helped me to justify, I just, when the interview asked why this career gap, I have the answer, what I have done during this period. That helped me a lot. And what was the other question? Uh,
uh, when you encounter some difficult hard question and
yeah,
task.
right. As I mentioned, if I'm stuck somewhere, I don't go and approach the mentors directly in the first go. What I'll do is, as you mentioned, I'll go search some videos, search some in the Stack Overflow or some other resources, and come up with, and there I can find a solution. By the way, but I won't stay there. Uh, I will do it myself in a different way. Try to do it in a different way, and that's how I solve the issue, solve the problems. That's how I learned. I can't tell you that this is the best way to do that, but that's how I have done.
Thank you so much, Shafiq.
Thank you, sir.
Awesome. Okay, let's go quickly. Sarthak is done. Shachi Bharat, you can go next.
Uh, Hi.
Yeah, Sachi, go ahead.
Uh, Congratulations, Safiq Ali Bhaiya, for getting placed in good company.
Thank you, Sachma.
My first question is, what is the work culture or the team coordination in your recent company?
Work culture is really great. Everyone is really helpful. Uh, it was great so far.
In terms of team coordination, I
Team
want to know.
coordination, like if I'm somewhere stuck, I can really reach out to them to clear the cloud. Uh, and they're very coordinated and like a perfect team is been working here. Yeah, good.
Okay. My next question is, uh, what what is the application of DSA in the real time project in company?
It is it's like the approach you make. If some problem is supposed to be sorted or some new feature is supposed to be implemented, you can go with the what we say like simple approach or a brute force approach where you can come up with a complex logic. Uh, that's a solution. But when we're clear with the DSA, we know what to do, what to implement there, how optimized we can write the code when a certain situation approaches. So DSA really helps in such scenarios. That's why most of the company ask DSA questions. They don't want you to go with some brute force approach, which is more complex, rather than using optimized solution. And that's the main reason why DSA questions are asked.
I think DSA will enhance our the problem solving capabilities, right?
Right.
Okay. And my last question is, what is the weightage of the project in resume during interview?
Mm, every interview attended, they definitely ask you questions from the project. So weightage is like for my interviews, everyone asks the questions from project. So you can go through the project that you have done. You can go through some of the concepts that you implemented. Everything helps you, right? They'll definitely ask questions from the project. It's what you say. I've done. So I implemented some stuff in my project. That means you are answerable for that particular concept, right?
Uh, Please, can you explain little bit more in this project area?
Project. Mm, suppose what you are telling the interview that you have integrated SendGrid in the forgot like password something like that to email to be triggered. Now you are telling this to the interviewer. That means you are answerable for the questions that he is gonna ask you. He's gonna shoot you with questions related to that. How exactly you have done that? If you're going with AWS or S3 bucket, he'll ask you how I've done, how's your application is going to do that. How are you going to retrieve that from the bucket? These type of questions you can expect. That's what I.
Okay. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, so Tarun, we can go next with you. Tarun.
Hello.
Yeah, Tarun.
My only question is, after starting backend, how did you parallelly prepare DSA questions?
Tarun, so like basically for this now, like I think so in maybe
Yes,
in
sir.
a
I
week or
want to
so.
ask you only.
Are you in backend that way, Tarun, right now?
I'm in backend right now in expense tracking app.
Okay. I think Shafiq
Uh,
can answer this and then I'll tell you.
Yes. For me, while doing the backend, I was fully concentrated on the backend only. I never visited DSA while doing the backend. Once I completed backend, I was only preparing for the interview before the mock interview has been started. So, for each and every time when I'm attending the mock interview, I'll invest 2 days for that preparation. I'll go through the DSA parts. I'll revise it again. So as I'm in the backend, as I was in the backend that time, I know I am confident with the backend concepts. So there is no need for me to revise backend at that point of time. So before each and every mock interview, take it as a checkpoint to revise the DSA. That's how I prepare.
Okay, sir, yes, sir. And I'm taking backend tasks like time limit is 5 days. I'm taking
No, don't
eight
worry.
to
The
nine
time
days. Okay,
limit is a little off. I just corrected all of them.
and you are saying something at start.
It doesn't matter actually in general. And like, sorry, I was just saying ki, DSA, right? Like, I think so over here, like I was about to add more questions on DSA in the backend module, but I think you're in expense tracker right now, right? So I'll just
Yes,
say
sir.
ki, like obviously do one question a day, maybe that would help.
I am doing that oops concept. You have given a DSA sheet. I'm doing that.
Fair enough. So yeah, I think do one question at least a day so that you don't forget. Like every day, just make it like Monday, Tuesday you do array problems, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Wednesday you do stacks, queues, and like that you'll do like you spread out
I'm
your week.
following that. I'm
Yeah, yeah,
following it.
yeah. So
Okay,
that
thank
everything is on track. Yeah.
you. Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So
Thank you.
Saikat, you can go. Saikat Bhomik.
Hi, hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Shafiq, congratulations for your offer, firstly.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, I have a question, not regarding any job, this back-end or front-end developing. Actually, I am from a different field altogether. I am from electronics background and currently working in a company of telecom. It's an infrastructure company. As you know, that telecom is declining day by day. So I am trying to shift my career to coding. So that's why I had joined this. So how you are representing the career gap? Means I don't have a gap in my career. I have completed my BTech in 2014, and
Okay.
from after that I am continuously in a job. Right now, even I am working in a company. There is no career gap as such for me.
Understood. No, so normally what we do over here, na, like so we have this common like so whenever we are getting any company, right? We'll normally tell them upfront, ki, see, our candidates are freshers. Okay, like we tell them that. Okay, but they can easily, if you give them a role, like 1.5 year experience, folks, they can replace. Okay, easily. So that's what like that's the kind of a talk which we have with the founders or the HR managers whom we talk to. Okay.
Okay.
So I think that's how we pitch it. Like, so you guys like are portrayed as freshers only, like wherever you go.
Okay.
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 So that's how we portray it. And I think that's the transparency is the key to success over here because in the end, like,
I also believe in that. Being transparent in an interview is a very good, actually.
Mhm.
So I means whatever I have done in these means past years, I had changed 3 or 4 companies. So whatever I did, I had been transparent altogether. What I used to do, why I left the previous company.
Yeah, true. So yeah, that's what we do. So like basically, we'll talk to them and that, and we'll be transparent in terms of experience. These guys are freshers only, okay? But
Okay.
they have the knowledge to basically take the role of 1.5 year experience folks as well.
One more thing, does this shift in career, means shift in domain basically, does that affect anyhow?
No. I think it would be a positive thing only that you have some experience as in of corporate, as in like you are like you have some corporate experience. So that also kind
Yes.
of plays in your good only in a way because companies would know how you can talk to other people. That is something which would be there. But yeah, you'll be portrayed as a fresher, but uh, they'll know that like okay, at least this guy knows he's been there in the corporate, so he knows the rules and regulations at least. So
Yes, I have a managerial experience as well.
Okay. I think once you finish, then we'll have a discussion on all this.
Okay,
Yeah,
not a problem.
sure.
Actually, I have started in new. I haven't signed the ISA as well. I have some
Okay.
confusions in the ISA.
Okay. Okay.
So I need to discuss that even. Whom should I contact about that?
So I think you'll be assigned a student counselor, right? So you can just talk
Yes,
to.
it's Vaibhav. Vaibhav is my counselor, mentor.
Okay, mentor. No, student counselor, as in like someone from the student counseling team, like would have been assigned to you.
I don't remember actually. Okay, I will
No,
check the dashboard. It's
you
present in
ping.
the dashboard.
No. You ping me on WhatsApp. Uh,
Okay.
yeah, I'll.
Can I get
I'll,
your contact number? I don't have yours.
okay. Yeah, okay, I'll put it over here.
Okay, that will be fine.
I'll just connect you to your counselor. Okay. Yeah, bring it over
Okay,
here. Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Thanks, thanks,
Sure.
thanks,
Sure.
Yash.
Okay. I think so. Okay, Chetan. Okay, Shaik. Tarun. You can go next. Tarun Srinivas.
Sir, I have completed.
Oh, you come. Shaik Mohammed Afridi.
Yeah, hi. Good afternoon. Uh, I'm belong to the same category what Saikat asked, but I just have
Okay.
some questions like I firstly congratulate Shafi, and the thing is I'm from non-IT background, and I've been working in a non-IT company from 1.5 year. I just left that in January so that I can switch to IT. For me, this is like totally when I started opening task and I mean I started learning. For me, it was like totally blank. What would you suggest me that from how can I start learning and what are the things I can keep in mind so that I can grow up easily, so can I can understand easily, so that I can move on easily like that.
Shafiq, you want to take this, Shafiq?
No, I think
I'll take it. Okay.
yeah.
So over here, like primarily, like see wherever you're stuck, right? Like so, I'll just be say ki you be patient. Okay. Like just sit with the problem, try solving it. Okay. That is one very important thing which you need to develop. Okay. Try to understand the question and just imagine ki like see this course which is there, right? It's designed for beginners altogether. Okay. Like absolute beginners can also do it, but there's the patience needs to be there. Okay. It should not be that you get frustrated and you give up. Okay, like it's designed from scratch itself. Okay, so if you are stuck with the problem, okay, like keep at it. Okay, keep trying it. Okay, and if you're not able to do it, then attend the sessions. Okay, like attend the session, ask the mentor. Okay, don't skip a problem because in the beginning, once you get the hold of it, right, once you understand things, like it would gradually become easier. Okay, because you'll start developing that problem solving as a skill. Okay, and that problem solving as a skill would help you a lot when you move ahead. Okay, so you need to develop that problem solving right now. So I'm understanding right now things might just get a little frustrating, but whenever you get frustrated, just take a break for some time. Close your laptop, and I think so always like use a pen and paper and try to think about what you're trying to do. I'll say like a big like a very important thing over here is to like switch off your laptop at times and like take a diary or a piece of paper and write the logic. That would help a lot. Okay,
Yeah,
that kind of helps
basically I
me
was in
also like
a
whenever I.
quality analyst role, but I was fully habituated for this writing and all and making notes. But the thing is, recently, a couple of days back, I just working with one code. I took like more than 6 hours to do that, but surprisingly, it was like a simple one. I just thought, may I good for this part, or else I need to move
No,
back
no, no. See, it's
to.
fine. No, it's fine. See, things, see, in general, like once you have figured out everything, once you've done everything, now you'll feel that everything was very simple. You were only dumb then. Okay. So it's just a part of life. Okay. Like the problems are not that difficult. Okay. It's just that they are a little tricky. Okay. Like that's the main thing over here. Once you solve it, you'll also realize, "Ki, this was very simple. Like, why did I take 6 hours? But yeah, like sitting with that problem and trying to solve it, like gradually, I think that you'll not even need like you'll not even need 6 hours. You'll do it in 1 hour, 2 hours itself gradually. But yeah, I think that skill to develop, like that skill would take time to develop. Moreover, Shai, you
Yeah,
understood me,
like
right, Shai?
each question, each code when I moves on, it's like once I finish that and I feel next time that oh shit, next again I have another one. Again I need to understood that. Again I need to take a book and take right to keep on doing that. It shows something syntax error, something is
Syntax
not
errors would be
defined.
there, right? That's fine. Syntax error. See, syntax error is I think gradually that would go away. Okay, but understand why it is like that. As in, like if you can write the algorithm, gradually the syntax error would not be a problem. Just make friends. Okay, I'll say okay, make some friends at Sharpener. Okay, I think in some time you'll also get a spirit guide. So you can always converse with him and everything, and he can also help you out. So that also would help you. So I think we have a lot of things which are there, which would keep helping you gradually. So yeah, like just don't give up. Okay, that's the only thing which
Yeah.
I'll say.
One last question is like, I just selected Python as it looks somewhat easy way to solve and somewhat easy to understood. Is that okay, or else?
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, people do Python, Java, whatever you feel like. Whatever, just choose any weapon. That could be any weapon of your choice. Okay, uh, like it's
Because
just
I
that like
keep on hearing like the person who took Java and JavaScript got jobs earlier, like this.
nothing like that, nothing like that, nothing like that. It's see, in the end, you'll all do JavaScript only. So it's just that okay, when you do Python or any language, when you do DSA properly, you understand ki, okay, what are arrays, what are what is linked list. You understand that, and you can use that everywhere. So that's the only advantage which you get. In the end, you'll be doing JavaScript only, and you'll be hired as a Node.js developer like 90 and 95% of the times. Yeah,
Yeah. Yes.
understood, right?
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Sure. Chetan, I think you're the last one. Chetan, you can go next.
Yeah, yeah, hi. Am I audible to you? Hello?
Yeah, you're audible.
Hello? Okay. So I have some questions regarding, see, we have a Node.js in the curriculum for backend web development. So do we have a choice of taking Django, like people who are actually fluent in Python, might want to opt for Django or Flask, something like that.
So,
So
Chetan, the
do
main problem we saw na, like while we were doing this actually was like without like understanding JavaScript, right? Like it's very difficult to jump to any Java or Python Django because what you will be able to build APIs, that is for sure. Okay, with Django and everything, but without a front end, you cannot build a project.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. For backend, I'm saying. For frontend, we
So
have to consider React or JS, anything that goes. We have to opt
mhm.
for that. But do you
Yeah.
have an
So
option?
so that's why we only have like right now Node and React itself. Chetan. The primary reason being uh, the fact that like once you understand JavaScript properly, like if you understand if you do Node.js, okay, that would basically like if you understand Node.js properly, then Python Django also would be a piece of cake only. It's just the like Python may you're doing the same MVC structure, okay. So right now we have only Node and React primarily because our end goal was always to make people full stack developers. Okay, like that's what we actually try for. Like you become a full stack developer as quickly as possible. And trust me, guys,
Yeah.
full stack developer like has crazy demand. Like like even like like Gujarat, where people don't pay anything for software engineers, they still pay backend full stack developers. They'll pay anything because rarely they find. Okay, so in the end, like full stack
Yes,
development.
I'm just interrupting once. Yes, uh,
Sure.
means this a full stack developer. What does that mean? Can you please explain it to me because I don't understand.
Full stack basically means someone who can build backend and front end both. Something
Okay,
like that.
okay, okay. I got it.
Yeah. So yeah.
So just my other question is like, how long will it take for suppose someone wants, because there's a lot of lot of concepts around someone who is
You
actually
can
want to get into.
if you do like every day like yeah like just to be very statistically like according to our data, okay, like what I'll say this roughly you'll take 4 to 5 months if you're very like if you're very consistent you'll take lesser, but 4 months you should just think like you 4 months you'll take. Okay, 3.5 to 4 months is something which you should be prepared for. Like it would not take more than that. If you are even like if you're doing 8 hours and everything, and if you are like obviously like over here it would vary from person to person and problem to problem as well. But you can also do it in 3 months. People have done it also in 3 months, but 4 months you should think. Okay, this is 4 months is what I'm aiming for. Roughly finish data structures in 1.5 months, then JavaScript would roughly take you 1 month more, and then a tech stack would take you 1 month, and then the final placement questions would take some time.
Yeah, like people who are what I'm trying to say is like for front end JavaScript it won't take much time, but for backend there are many concepts involved in that. So how long will it take for the backend to complete?
Yeah, I'm saying that only. Like so backend would take, well, on an average, both front end and backend kind of take similar time. Front end has more number of tasks actually. That's the thing. So
Yeah.
backend also takes similar time. Front end also takes more similar time. So yeah, it's like either of you, what you choose, like you should be more passionate about like that. I think is a later on decision. Like we'll only help you with that. Like once you read JavaScript, I think that is the time when you have to decide this. So you can for the time up till that time you can wait and just do the normal stuff. Yeah.
No, the point is if it takes a lot of time, actually we can start from now on. Hey, what I'm trying to say is like besides the DS algo, we'll just start doing projects
No,
like
no, no, don't do that. Like it will, you'll make something. Don't do that. It's better you focus on one thing. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, sure. I think, guys, we'll not take any more questions. I think it's already 1:40. Yeah, guys, we'll close the session for today. Yeah, and I'll see you if you have
Sir,
guys have any
package
questions.
बता दो ना sir.
It's around 10 NP, guys. Ajay, like exactly
Thank you, sir.
cannot tell you, but around 10 NP. Okay,
Okay.
guys.
So,
Yeah.
sir, career gap 6 years.
See, don't worry. I think there would be someone who'll be coming next week, next to next week, with 8 years of gap, single mom. She's going to answer this for you. Like, does it
Okay.
matter or not? Okay. So don't worry about that. We've got you covered. Okay, guys. Chalo, bye bye.